Our teaching and learning is our most important aspect of what we do. So when you talk about investing over $3 million, that's important because we want to make sure that we are aligned across all of our schools, across the district, and so we can have common planning, common discussions about what's working in the classroom, what we need to improve, what we need to do more of, what we need to do less of, and it also gives the teachers the tools and the materials that they need to teach all of our kids, no matter what level they are at.
We're fortunate in Waterford that we have had the opportunity to purchase new materials for our curriculum. We've done a lot of work and focused on English language arts and math, K-12. We've recently purchased a new math program for the elementary schools called Envision, and it's doing very well. We're seeing growth in our students and are very excited about that. We've also purchased Into Reading for our elementary classrooms, and that has really helped us focus on foundational skills. We are piloting at the secondary new math programs. We also have adopted Into Literature, which is the second half of Into Reading for secondary schools. And so those classrooms are getting exposure to foundational skills and higher level thinking skills. And finally, we have added one-to-one technology for students to engage with our new curriculum.
The new curriculum is amazing. I love that it comes with all of the components for literacy. It really gives us that balanced literacy. It has the phonics, the foundational skills, the comprehension. It gives us the materials for small groups and guided groups. It gives us the books for the students to find the examples of whatever we're learning for the day. So it really helps us in the classroom have everything we need and help the students to really find and pinpoint that lesson for the day.
My favorite part of the curriculum thus far is the conversation students are having. We've been able to dig deep into the literature and really talk about books, and I think what's wonderful about that is the engaging conversations, and we're teaching kids, it's more of a learning experience versus learning and memorization, and they're kind of experiencing and engaging together and talking, and I think that's what we need for future students to be successful.
The one-to-one devices have really opened up the scope of what we can do with our lessons and what digital or multi-literacies we can teach to our students. And specifically for me as a resource room teacher, it's given me the ability to kind of give them access to their accommodations and modifications of curriculum that weren't accessible before. So they're able to develop some of those 21st century typing skills and researching skills and writing skills that they weren't able to do before.
I enjoy seeing our kids interact with the new curriculum, the teachers able to use it and spend the time not just planning and looking for new materials, but using the time to connect. I always think about the 3 R's: relationships, relevance, and rigor. So if the teachers have time to build the relationships, make the connections to what's going on in the kids' lives, the rigor will be there. And that's why we have to have the investment in curriculum ongoing throughout the years.
I've enjoyed really seeing the ability that we have as teachers to be creative in how we deliver content to students, and how the students have been creative in how they're responding to the content with us, the teachers. Our students are really gaining these proficiencies in digital literacy and researching and writing, and especially with programs like Writable, where they can have the self-check and the revision tools to access their accommodations and to really support their individual needs.
I think the Waterford School District is unique for students because we have taken problem-based learning and we've integrated it into all of the content areas. Some is done with us through the new programs we've purchased, some we are doing on our own in math and science. We're correlating all those things, and we're doing a lot of crossover activities. So you can't really do science without ELA and math, and you can't really do social studies without ELA. And they all work together to develop and solve problems that are real world based, so that students are prepared to go out into the world and tackle issues that come up and problems that they have to solve, not just on a daily basis, but on a bigger scale as well.